Hi, I'm V.
And I'm T.
And this is VT Reviews.
Okay, so we went and saw the Avengers! Avengers! Yes, we're really excited for this film. We like superhero movies.
Yep.
And it was awesome. It was awesome.
10 out of 10, man.
10 out of 10. Okay, so we won't go into spoiler territory because I know that a lot of people haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
So we'll just give the briefest overview of the plot and then the characters and what made it work. So we got the plot, which is just...
Basically, there's this cube of energy.
The Tesseract Cube, it's sustainable energy,
Yep.
and S.H.I.E.L.D.
Is looking after it.
for defensive purposes.
Yeah. It gets stolen by someone from Thor.
Yes, and he takes it away as well as one of the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. He mind possesses them and takes him away. So that's the basic thing. Then we've got Nick Fury retaliating by gathering all the superheroes like
The Hulk, Thor, Captain America, Iron Man, and Black Widow always works for them. So
yeah.
Really
So that's the basic story. Thor comes in because he wants to deliver Asgardian justice because basically he's an alien, I guess.
Yeah, and because it's his brother,
And it's
Loki,
his brother, so he wants to take him back to his planet at the other end of
do what he does.
system.
I don't know.
Yes. So that's why he's there as well. So I guess the characters. We've got a lot of big names, a lot of big actors.
Like Samuel Jackson is Nick Fury, and apparently Nick Fury just can never die, no matter what gets thrown at him. He's just amazing. But I would expect nothing less from Samuel Jackson. So
yes, and Iron Man.
Iron Man is Robert Downey Jr.
One of your favourites.
Love. Like I not only love Iron Man, but I love Robert Downey Jr.
We've got Black Widow, who's played by
Scarlett Johansson. Which I like her, but again, I have this problem with. Black Widow has a really dark past and it's hinted at and she says stuff, but to me it feels like she's got dead eyes and it never really connects.
Yeah. And we've got Hawkeye who links in closely with Black Widow.
Yep, and so that's Jeremy Brent. And then there's Thor. Can't forget
There's
Thor.
Won't forget Thor.
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, yeah!
So,
he pulls in a really good performance from him as well, even though he's sort of like saddled with this Shakespearean language because of just where he comes from.
Yeah, because he's a god and he's from Asgard and everything. He seems out of place at first when he turns up and he's talking to the rest of the heroes because they're all speaking in regular but it's not until he has that scene with Loki where they're both talking and they're both using that same language and it fits in and you go, oh, I get it, they know each other, they're gods. Like, it's a really nice way of saying we're gods without actually them having to go, we're gods.
It actually did single them out. Even I think that their costume design has been designed before, but that sort of sets them apart as well because it's very big shoulders and things like that.
But that's what I like about all of them. Like, Tony Stark is a really modern superhero and like he built Stark Industries did weapons and everything, so he has like a full metallic, like proper, like high-tech looking suit.
It doesn't look odd.
Then Captain America, he's an old school hero from like the 40s, and so his suit's very like, it's like the bright blue with the stars and stripes, like it's very patriotic, it's very old school hero. The Hulk just has a pair of pants on and he's green, but
and then loses his pants somehow.
Yeah, when he transforms back he loses his pants. I was not aware that happened. Although I guess that makes sense
embarrassing
because when he transforms, for some reason his pants get bigger, so when he goes back his pants can't shrink for some reason.
He needs stretch pants.
Yeah.
Really, really massively
maternity
stretchy pants.
pants.
Yes.
You should look into that, Hulk. Maternity pants.
We'll have to see those in the upcoming movies.
And Hawkeye basically just has the same, like a leather thing, but no sleeves because he wants to show the guns, I guess. I don't know.
Good work. I enjoy it.
I get his name halfway through and I started calling him Katniss because he has a bow and arrow. And I was like, yeah, Katniss. What's Katniss doing? Mark Ruffalo is going to get... He's got a movie deal out of this. I think it's like 4 or something, so he's...
Yeah, so he plays the Hulk and he's really good. He gives a really sensitive performance of the Hulk. And
sort of like a vulnerable, like he's scared of his other side, which is really nice because usually when you get like Hulk stuff, it's sort of just... He's just trying not to be angry, but you never really see that he's terrified that he'll lose control and just kill people again.
Yeah. And it's really built up. They really build it up well. I was thinking about this. They hint at it. It's like the characters are almost scared of him. He's scared of himself. Yeah. And
the other one who's not really scared of him is Iron Man.
Yeah.
And I think that's because like the character of Iron Man, Tony Stark, is very arrogant.
Yeah, he's really arrogant. He's like, I can take you.
Yeah, and he sort of just wants... I think he feels that because he's built that thing in his chest and they connect on an intellectual level as well. They're both incredibly smart. So he's built that thing in his chest to keep the shrapnel away from his heart, so he relies on that. So I think he thinks, well, I built that and I can control, you know, the things that are happening to me.
Yeah.
Why can't you control all the gamma rays that you have inside
That's a really
you?
good point, because they did have a dynamic on screen
Yeah.
through that, and then you have another dynamic of Black Widow and Hawkeye
Yeah.
and what happened in their past, and everything's sort of going on, but it's all meshed in
Yeah,
well
it all ties
together.
in really well.
It's just amazing how much they put into this movie and didn't weigh it down in any particular area. Ramped up the action towards the ending, like you had a few action
But you had
spots.
such great character development, so...
Great
you know,
character development. Everyone had a motivation. Everyone's motivation was reached, was fulfilled, and it was just sort of amazing how well this worked. Wow, it was pretty...
Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah.
And then we've got Captain America. We've got as that's Chris Evans.
Yes.
We haven't seen his movie, so a little bit unsure.
Joss Whedon assumes that you've seen the other movies. I think it's
Yeah.
because I've seen Thor, so I understand the dynamics between Thor and Loki, but I haven't seen Captain America,
No.
and I felt I was missing something because I didn't know...
We didn't know his story. We didn't know why he's such a big
Each
deal.
character
like,
does get an introduction, like
Yes.
flashes or
Like a
or a hint.
5-10 minute scene where, you know, we get a flashback or, you know,
Yeah.
we just see something that they're doing and how it ties into how they're a superhero and everything.
Yeah, but his is just flashbacks and sort of I don't know, I didn't really...
It happened really quickly, and I guess...
He does have a character arc. Basically every character has a character arc. It's really well done. His is that he doesn't really want to do it. He doesn't
Because
really
of
want to do the mission.
What
and
happened
then,
in his movie,
yeah.
obviously something has happened to him.
And then he gets over it.
Yeah.
And you're sort of like, okay.
So for us not seeing Captain America, we were a bit like, what is happening?
Yeah.
That movie,
Yeah. It's
but-
not necessary
No.
for you to see all the movies, but I feel like I've missed something with that character. Let's talk about Black Widow, because I really like Black Widow in this, simply because she's a strong female character that doesn't go into the damsel in distress.
But that is a Joss Whedon thing.
Yes.
If anyone is a fan of Joss, if they've watched Buffy, Angel, Firefly, Dollhouse, they know, like, you guys will know that Joss is a massive, like, he's really into girl power,
Yes.
really into feminism. He never lets his girls be damsels.
Yes.
And if he does, they flip it.
She twists that trope continually throughout the movie. She pretends and then she flips it. That might be her character trait, but it's written really well. She almost suckered me a couple of times.
Yeah, when she'll bring out tears and I'm like, are you being
seriously
serious
crying?
now?
No.
And then all of a sudden and she's like, nah, man, I've got my information from you. I'm awesome. And we're like, yeah!
Like, yeah! Kick ass! Yeah.
She always wants to save Hawkeye. And we get hints at why, you know, like, she does say that, you know, he saved her and she's got read in her book and he helped her, like, whatever. She owes
I'm
him.
really interested in this dynamic between the two. That's probably my favourite thing to come out of the movie. Really randomly, because Hawkeye's not a big character. But I really love their interaction. I really enjoyed it, and I'd love them to do a movie about those two.
I feel like they all should. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, because I know that Mark Ruffalo is getting a deal out of this, so he's getting a Hulk movie, and, like, you know, all the others had a movie except for Black Widow and Hawkeye. That's all we need, just a little backstory. Otherwise, we're gonna have to Wikipedia why they're such good friends.
And the dynamic is actually a friendship. It's not really a sexy dynamic, which is great. You don't really see that in superhero movies.
Usually when there's a girl and she's a superhero, she doesn't really have...
She's paired up with someone.
Yeah, she doesn't have friends, she has love interests.
Yeah.
Because it seems like, I mean, like with the Avengers, it's an old school comic,
Yeah.
so, you know, that was kind of, I guess, the stereotype at the time, that a woman can't stand on her own and fight amongst men. She has to be in love with one of them.
Yeah.
And she's not. Like, she loves him, I would say, but as a friend.
As a friend.
Give her a movie, because
yes, please.
I will never
We'll
read a
go see it.
Wikipedia entry without
We'll
getting
go dress up as her and everything, I promise.
We'll wear, like, all black and red wigs or whatever.
Whatever we have to do. I really want to see more positive girl role models.
What we also really enjoyed about her is that she's not hen mother.
Yes,
she's
that's
sort
true. She plays a really hard character. She's
in a group
hard
of guys,
bitch, and it's awesome.
And Captain America actually plays the bit of a sissy where he's like, we have to do this, get back to the mission.
No,
like,
don't talk
who cares
about
all of this, it's the mission. And we were like, shut up.
Shut up. And he got his own little trill whenever he did
Every time, like, he
musical trill.
walked or he breathed, just
Jumped.
da-da-da, and we were like,
Captain America, amazing.
yeah, we just started calling him Captain Square America. But he had really great banter with Iron Man.
I liked him towards the end, I gotta say.
Yeah.
I didn't like him at the start.
I think because Iron Man is like kind of the antithesis of that.
Yeah.
He's, you know, like he even said himself, like Iron Man said to him, well, who are you when you're not in the suit? You're not a real hero. And he was like, I'm this billionaire, playboy, genius philanthropist. And I was like, yeah, you are.
So just the way it's written, it ramps up towards the end. It's really good. It keeps your attention the entire way. You get laughs. We were laughing the whole way through it. Every joke basically was spot on.
Yeah.
And made us laugh, broke tension.
They have great actors in there for great timing. Like Robert Downey Jr. is fantastic with his comic timing, and like Samuel Jackson is great.
And no one plays a particularly comic relief role. They all sort of share it around, so not one character's just stupid in there for laughs, which I hate personally.
Sort of like in movies like this where there is a comic relief character and then suddenly they can kick ass, you're a bit, well, can you really? Because you've just been cracking jokes.
And Hollywood loves to do that, and I don't really get it.
The humor's actually quite smart in some places.
It's
very Joss. Like the humor is very Joss.
Yeah, the story is simple as can be, but he layers it very well. The dynamic of the characters interacting is layered on top of that simple story. I mean, basically it's just go get this thing.
Yeah.
But everything else on top of that is what makes it a great story.
And then even without all the characters' interactions, the character within themselves have so many layers. Like
great movie. Go see it in the cinemas.
We didn't see it in 3D, but we're not huge fans of 3D. So if you love 3D, go see it in 3D. But if you don't get that chance, I don't feel like it takes anything away being in 2D.
Basically, anyone would enjoy it. We looked around the theatre and it was a wide range of audience.
So yeah, I would say 10 out of 10.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. We're going to try and track down Captain America.
Yep.
Maybe try and see how that
ties into
this one.
Because that was just a bridging movie. I'm going to see Thor.
Oh, yeah!
I think we're going to go see The Hunger Games again and review that.
Yeah.
And Dark Shadows is coming out May 10th, so we're going to try and see that.
Prometheus,
which I found out is the prequel to Alien.
Oh, is that what it is?
You should subscribe. Please subscribe. Please. We'll have more videos of us dancing in cinema and whatnot if you subscribe. And our Twitter is VT Reviews, so you should follow that. We'll put all of those details down in the description.
Thank you, and bye.